Despite the use of robo-advisors and investing online and do-it-yourself investing, financial planners and financial advisors, the career is actually growing with more than 51,000 new employment opportunities by 2023. But does that mean you should be a financial advisor? Hey everyone, my name is Matt Ragudo and I actually used to be a financial planner with my Series 7 and Series 66 as well as a college degree in business finance. And I'm here to tell you that look before you leap. There are many things that I was not aware of when I got into the industry, and that's why today I'm going to start off our first ever podcast with the idea of being a financial planner and figuring out if that's the career path for you by covering 5 things that you should know before becoming a financial advisor. All right, so first, financial advising is more about people. It's not about numbers. When I went to college, I took one financial planning course, and that was just because it was an elective. My degree focused more on corporate finance, stocks, bonds, trading, securities, and pretty much everything else you could deal with in the world of finance. But none of it really meant to deal with people. It was more about dealing with numbers, dealing with spreadsheets, budgets. I did proposals for 3, 5, 10-year projects, revitalizing a building, redoing land as far as utility. That is what my, I guess you call it, education was when I was in academics, looking at balance sheets, looking at proposals, seeing forecasts. None of it was to do with people. A financial advisor, on the other hand, what their job is to help their clients realize their financial dreams, retirement, college, vacations. All of those things is what a financial advisor actually helps someone do. It has the tools of financial planning are financial products, but the actual benefit of having a financial planner is more really about how the planner can help the person get or establish and complete their goals. Which brings us to number 2 on our list, and that's having a passion for helping your clients. If you are more involved in your client's life and more involved in trying to help them reach their goals, you'll be that much more dedicated in finding the right product. When I went into the financial planning world, I was focused pretty much solely on finding the best products, which is why it took me a few years before I settled down at one firm, because I was trying to find the firm that would provide me with the best products. I wasn't really thinking about which clients would benefit the most. It was more, these products to me are more interesting and I have more variety, not really much thinking about who my specific target audience or target client would be. It was more the backward approach, which would make sense seeing the profession I came from was in finance. And I'm going to just stop right here and add on a little caveat. You don't have to have a degree in finance to become a financial planner. In fact, it's probably better if you have a degree in psychology or potentially a degree in education, because a lot of what we do is we educate our clients on why they should be investing, why they should save for retirement, why they need to save for education, and the various products that may fit their desires, not the various or the new stock or IPO that's going to fit some arbitrary returns or gains number. Which takes us to number 3 on this list, and that's understanding the industry. So now that we've got through what a financial planner does, who they're supposed to serve, within the financial advisory industry, there are a lot of different structures that you can be a part of. You can be an employee of a large banking firm or large investment firm. You could be a independent broker dealer or be affiliated with an independent broker dealer that allows you to broker all different kinds of contracts. You could be a registered investment advisor, where now you are a part of a company and have access to more products that you are advising from, that you're collecting an advisory fee for. And then there are your insurance agents who have a Series 6 or some sort of certification that allows them to sell products like investment products, mutual funds, and annuities on top of their insurance business, which is more transactional. Each one of these different business structures within the industry have their pros and cons. And if you want me to go into further detail, I can do a video on that as well. But this video is more just to give you an idea of how financial advisors are meant to help so that you can make educated and empowered decisions on what you want to do. All right, so that's kind of what the industry is like. Personally, I started off in the insurance industry. I got my life insurance and health insurance contracts or certifications, licenses in 2014-ish. Yeah, 2014. And I worked for Mutual of Omaha. And I had a friend who recruited me. I had a degree in finance. I thought, well, this is a great thing. I spent a few years as a teacher, and I was the supervisor for the phone room at Aulani, which is a Disney resort and spa in Honolulu, Hawaii. So I had interpersonal skills, management skills, and a finance degree. It seemed like the best thing in the world, right? When I was in Mutual of Omaha, I felt really tied because I could only sell their products and I couldn't do any investments, which is what I enjoyed. There were senior agents out there who were that last category I talked about, insurance agent with the ability to sell mutual funds. And that really wasn't the career path I wanted. I wanted to do investing. I wanted to help people invest for their retirement. So quickly after that, I moved from that firm to another firm, which was called AXA. And when I moved over there, they had their problems because they marketed to a specific individual. They marketed to teachers. And when I looked at the structure of how these things were set up, it wasn't the most advantageous to everyone, right? It served perfectly the clientele of teachers. But when I looked at other, potential clients, they just weren't there. The product suite that I had could not serve anyone but the teachers. Yes, there were other products out there that the company had, but I couldn't really touch anything else. And I wouldn't really have a competitive advantage, or so I thought, by staying with that company. At the end of that year, about 2015, I then moved on to a different firm, which I ended up staying with for about 3 years until I completely exited the field, which was Ameriprise. And at Ameriprise, it was a lot different because here it was more about helping the client versus finding the best product suite. And here I learned that it's not about really the products that you are able to offer, but it is the relationship and service that we are offering. And that really changed my whole mindset on how to approach clients. Unfortunately for me though, I was not in the right mindset to really be focused on the clientele. I still had the need to find the best products, find the best investment, find the best structure, or at least you could call it fee-based system that would help all of my clients, all of them. And after 2019, 2020, I decided to exit the field completely and just kind of do Medicare and health insurance only, as that's where I found my kind of niche where I was able to help people really understand the product and help a really specific target. I'm not saying that financial planning is bad or that whole industry is something that I don't think is necessary or good for our society. I just think that I'm not a good fit for it. Yes, I probably could have or still can jump back into it at any time, relearn everything and kind of rebase myself. But as we'll move on to the next, point, you'll see why I don't really want to. And the next point is the wonderful world of how much we're going to get paid. All right, so financial advisors, on average, make anywhere between $61,200 per year to $158,000. And while that might seem like a lot, the amount of work that you have to put into it is tremendous, especially for someone like me who is analytical, very detailed oriented, and really wants to provide like the best level of service from products all the way down to like education. And that wasn't going to be possible within the money making ability and within the kind of scope that I wanted to follow. In the world of investing, I literally have the ability to choose anything. I had clients that had private placements, private equity, accredited investors, all the way down to people who were just making ends meet. So my clientele list was varied. In addition to that, because of the open platform that I had at Ameriprise, pretty much I could recommend anything under the sun, which in the beginning I thought was a great gift. Now it was more of a curse, because I could and I should, as a fiduciary, choose the best product for my client. And the only way I was going to choose the best product for my client was to learn about every single product on the market. So every year, a new product came out. Every day, new product came out. Structured notes, structured ETFs, bonds. I would task myself into learning every single one and learning kind of the construct of different financial products, seeing which one would fit well, seeing if I could get a client to reach a certain level of accreditation to purchase some of these products that were a better fit for them, and then of course find out which clients weren't a good fit for them. And then it boiled down to which clients actually wanted, right? Which clients actually would meet the risk tolerance, time horizon, and education to be able to purchase the product, understand the product, and gain all the benefits of the product without, early liquidation or any kind of really unease. And that was also difficult because the ability to translate, speaking from someone with a degree, it was also apparent to me that I had a communication issue. I could not verbally help people by saying everything that I knew, right? I spent hours reading the prospectus, reading how the products work, reading how they work within our platform, reading how they'd show up on their statements. All of those things is very difficult to translate when that's all I'm reading, right? As a financial advisor, you should be focusing on the client. And that takes us to the last point, and that's, as a financial advisor, you actually have to think as a business owner. You are not just someone who is learning about your client, learning about stocks, learning about annuities, learning about insurance. You actually have to market yourself. You have to build your own personal brand, because why would somebody pick you versus someone else? You have to be that differentiator. So you have to think like a business owner. Additionally, all these things like taxes, having a separate account, managing all your budgets, your expenses, your income, that can become very, very tedious by being paid by different companies, because you can broker out certain things. Like currently, even though I just do Medicare, I receive more than 10 1099 tax forms at the beginning of the following year, right? So January, February, all the companies that I am contracted with, I have to do taxes for. I have to do the 1099, then I have a spreadsheet that tracks all my expenses. I myself have this YouTube channel, I have other YouTube channels. When I go in public, I have a business card. I'm someone who has to, have a certain persona and brand. And that's something that I, of course, never knew, right? When I went to college, I thought I would become a financial advisor, but more so in the form of like someone who's into being an investment banker. And that's very different from being a financial advisor, from having a CFP or any of those consultant license or consultant certifications. Like I have a chartered retirement planning counselor certification in long-term care, certification in Medicaid planning. All of those things are to help an individual. When I went to college, I thought I was helping out corporations do budgeting and run all those things. So I was more suited to be a budget analyst or a project analyst than a financial planner. But that's kind of what I went into because that's what I thought it was. I hope you guys don't make that same mistake. But if you are interested in actually becoming a financial advisor and helping people make those very, very important decisions, it's not a bad thing. And as long as you're providing them value, and everyone has different ways to provide value or actually, evaluate or put their framework around what they believe is valuable. some people, and I can say this from personal experience, being both having a financial planner for myself and being one, that it makes life much easier when you have one. For me, it's someone I can bounce ideas with, someone who understands the industry, has my life insurance policies with, so if something happens to me, I know that my family's taken care of, someone who can walk them through that transition, someone who can actually walk me through a transition of retiring, of saving for different things. Even though I know them because I do research, I'm not doing it every single hour of every single day like I was before. So to me, that is valuable. Do I believe you should pay for financial advice? I think you should pay for financial advice when you need financial advice. And building a relationship with a financial planner is probably a great thing to do for people who have even just a little bit of money, to be able to dedicate and commit to financial planning in the process will allow you to make better financial decisions for you. Now, if you're someone who makes, $40,000 a year or $400 or $4 million a year, a different financial planner is going to be better, right? Someone who helps people who make $40,000 a year may be best suited for you because that person knows the struggles, knows the products, knows the kind of mindset that they may have to change your belief system about to be able to move you forward to get to that $400,000 mark. And that's not going to be from a financial plan. That's going to be from a motivational standpoint, right? They're going to have to take you from having a $40,000 job to having a $400,000 job. And that's not what a financial planner actually can do. But at least you know that that financial planner will be the right person for you. And same for the 400,000 and the 4 million. Now, with many financial planners coming into the market in the next 6, 7, 8 years, as is predicted from a survey, you will have that opportunity. Now, remember, you get what you put in and you also get what you pay for, right? But you have to also take the Buffett equation and remember that price is what you pay, value is what you get. So make it a valuable transaction for you. If you have specific questions, even better. If you have questions for the planner, before you start working, before any money hits their account from you, make sure you know what they're doing to help you, how they're helping you. And if you want to learn more about financial advising, this next podcast will go ahead and go over what a financial planner actually does and how to become one. We'll get into that later. I hope you enjoyed this unedited podcast of the first investment inspiration retirement planning podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you have any recommendations or comments, please leave them down below so that I can make this podcast more inspirational. My goal is to pretty much just help everyone with their finances, help everyone figure out their how to start investing, help everyone understand the world of financial products from someone who was both inside, studied it in school, and now can share whatever you want on here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.